I'm like, well, hell, I can play what I want to play. They don't tell me what to play. And we had
Who
the
you
music.
talking to?
Right. You know, shout the shot for that. So, so when I had that, when I heard that and was looking at that, I'm like, that's when I first started. And then Tina, I think her name was Tina Maria or Maria, somebody like that, told me about Dallas and Chicago. And she was one of my friends. I've known her for a long time out of Louisiana. And she even hit me up on my AOL account. So you can tell how far back that is. So hit me up on my AOL account.
Right.
So I'm like, man, this dude out of Chicago has a online station. I'm like, so how the hell is he doing it online like that? I'm thinking it's kind of like those other little groups. So she said, give him a call. You know, I told him about you, you know, and all of that type of stuff. I'm like, all right, cool. So she said, and plus he's in Chicago. I'm like, okay, so that's, you know, sparked my eyes up. I'm like, oh, it's a brother from Chi. So got in contact with Dallas. And he said, yeah, I'm running a station called VIP. I think it was 103 or
1037 or 1073
yeah,
or something like that.
Yeah, 1073 VIP. I'm like, all right, so give me a little more information on what it is that you guys are doing. Well, we playing this hip hop and all. I'm like, okay, let's push pause.
Thank you.
I'm like, dude, do you hear me? Do I look like I mean, I love old school hip hop and old school rap and stuff like that. So he said, well, listen to the station for about a week or so and tell me what you know, if you want to do something. So I'm listening and I'm like we always tease, Shy Blaze putting it on the glass.
Oh my God, remember that?
And all of that. And I'm like, all right, either I say no or I talk to him about starting a sister station that's playing grown folk music, you know. And then I brought that idea directly to Dallas, and I'm like, dude, I can't get with what you guys are playing. I said, but what I want to do is I could start like a soul version of 1073, where the grown folk can get that part, while the younger folk can go ahead and get that hip hop and stuff that you guys are doing. He's like, oh, damn, that sounds like a good idea. It's good idea. So I'm listening one day, and I heard this dude, hey, this is Big Murph. Then all of a sudden I heard the stylistics. I'm like, are you S-ing me? I'm hearing some real music. Man, I told Dallas, I'm like, yo, man, who's that dude you got on, man, that's playing like stylistics and stuff like that? Oh, yeah, that's my boy Big Murph out of New York. Da-da-da-da. I'm like, let me get that brother's email address.
Time for a mutiny.
So he gave me your AOL account. I'm like, yo, hey, I'm Sergio D, and I'm doing the sister station to 1073 VIP. I'm like, bruh, you gotta. I said, you gotta send me some of your music, or you do a thing, you know, you do a show or something like on here. I said, I don't know what you want to do, whatever, stuff like that. So you send me a little email back. Oh, okay, yeah, dude, yeah, I'll do it. So you were doing a little bit on, you were still doing the stuff on regular VIP, and then you sent me a little, you know, intro show to do directly on Soul 1073.
Right, that was so right.
Yeah, so that took maybe a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
I emailed you back. I'm like, yo, bro, you want to just leave that crap and just do this show over here with me, man? I said, I'm quite sure there was a whole bunch of grammatical errors in my email. And I'm like, dude, you can come over. And I'm like, all right. And then I'm listening to you, and I'm like, man, you could do this stuff in the morning, because I was trying to see where your timelines were with the stuff that you were doing. Right. But then I started following the stuff that you were doing on video. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, this brother he's killing it. I'm watching you on, I think it was Dish Network or something.
Yeah, I was on Dish, right?
Yeah, on Dish Network. I'm like, oh, damn, that's the Big Murph that on the station. What the, you know, I'm doing all that. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I got some top heavy hitting stuff here. So I emailed you. I'm like, yo, man, I'm like, Murph, I don't know what your days are like, but if you could do mornings and stuff and I'll do the evenings. That's how we had our show set up, where it was just you and I. You did the mornings, I did the evening stuff. And we were using Winamp
Oh yeah, and
You remember
Shoutcast.
that?
Remember that? Yeah.
We were using Winamp.
Wow.
So I know my wife was kicking my butt during that time because I didn't get any sleep.
Right.
I
Right.
was trying to figure out how to totally separate from 107.3,
Right.
and we were using Winamp.
Right.
So man, I was up. I mean, I'm telling you, probably for about 2 weeks until I found until that moment came up again, and we were totally separate from that. I
Right.
was
Right.
telling
Right.
Dallas, we still would. I think we went up under the VIP name maybe for about 6 months after that.
Mm.
Yeah, I think it was about 6 months after that. So I'm like, Murph. And Murph is doing a morning show. What can we name? I'm like, oh shit, excuse me. I'm like, let's name it. I'm like, let's name this Murph in the Mornings, because it's Murph in the mornings.
Wow,
and
yeah,
it
that was
hit, and it started hitting. And then you and I started you and I started brainstorming of other stuff that you want to do at the station. I'm like, because you were sending me the shows.
Right.
So I had figured out a way to do it live. That was from all the bags under my eyes and gray hair. So I figured out a way to do it live. And I'm like, all right, bro, you want to do this show live? You want to do this show live?
I was scared.
Murph is like, all right, man, let me see. Maybe I'll do like 10 to 12 or something like that.
Yeah, it was 8 to 10. 8 to 10.
Yeah,
and I would send you a CD, right?
Yeah,
and then by the time I'm getting ready to go off, I'm really getting into it. And everybody say, yo, Murph, and I said, yo, Serge, I think I'll go to 11. And then it finally got to 12. But,
get to 12.
Yeah, I remember I shake the key. Good morning, everybody. It's Classic Show 175. Yo, it's truly Big Murph in the building. I got my wake up keys, and then
the wake up keys. Man. Wow. I mean, so coming from along, moving directly, but we ended up cutting ties with VIP.
Right.
And I created ClassicSoul1075.com, and Murph and myself became the staple that became, of course, my co-pilot of the station. And that is what fueled everything to where we are today. From VIP, me here and Murph, I'm like, Murph, you got to do the mornings for me. Like I said, he was apprehensive, family, about going live, doing it. He's like, man, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, this damn brother interviewing all of the top stars and artists out there in the world on video, and he told me he can't do a radio show.
I was doing, even when I was recording the shows, I was humming. You know how many takes I had to do in order to get it right?
Man, it looked flawless. It looked flawless. But one thing that I told Murph, though, and I brought some stuff that I learned in the major market on how we're going to do it. I said, since we're on the air, people are listening to us from all over the world. So what we started out doing is our time on Eastern time.
Right.
9:15 in the morning on such and such. And, damn, we got to think about it, that people are listening to us all over the world.
Right.
So it's always going to be 10 minutes after the hour, 15 to 30 minutes or whatever. So we started doing it directly from that point. But when Murph started doing mornings, our brothers, Judd Brown, rest his soul. Judd loved him to death. Tony Riley, rest his soul. The Persuaders, all of them. Evan, the Library of Congress, that brother. Leroy, man, Burgess, all of them, man, from Black Ivory to everybody. When we started doing it, they gave us nothing but love. And they were like, okay, let us tell people about you. And then you talked to Mo about it, over at the Love Zone. And Mo was like, had you up to talk about our station. And we were just in the beginning of it. And then we met this brother with this group called True.
Oh, yeah.
Donnie, Jimmy, and Primo.
Right.
So they're like, hey, we got a few songs. You guys want to play our songs? You and I talking about, well, hell yeah, we want to play your stuff.
Why not?
Why not? So we were playing it, and then they were sending us emails, giving us nothing but mad love for playing their music and all of that. And about a couple of months after that, I think Donnie and the guys, they sent us a picture. And the picture was on Clear Channel's billboard. It was of them with their album True. And at the bottom of it, it said, you can hear all of our music on ClassicSoul1075.com. And the love, first time for us coming out as an internet radio station and having ourselves on a major billboard in Jersey. There was a Clear Channel billboard in Jersey saying that you can hear our music on that, and they didn't even have to do that. But that's just the love. And I think Murph, they saw the vision. Donnie and them saw the vision, and Evan and all of them saw the vision more so probably before we did.
I would agree.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because even Bree, she was like, Murph, we was doing Blondies at that time, I think.
Oh,
and
then, my God, Blondie.
Yeah, came down to Blondie. And it got so nice that everybody was coming down. And then Bree said, Murph, we're going to come down because we got a surprise for you. I'm like, okay. So they came down. They had a true T-shirt that had my name on it. And they had a button-down shirt. You know, like a nice, we got those. And then they made calendars. It was just incredible how everybody took to us. And like you said, you know, it was interesting because when we first started, my first thing was, you know, this is soul loving, hug up, pillow talk kind of music. And how would that work in the daytime? So I was talking to Judd. He said, Murph, he said, everybody love anytime, all time of day, any day, time of day, day. You know, I'm like, and then what he did was, Judd took it and ran with it. He told Smokey Robinson. He told anybody he can talk to. He told, because Judd knew everybody. And then Evan the same way. So it was Evan and Judd that just went like this and just got the word out. And then turned around. It was Stan the Man who was doing the only
SNS show or something like
that. The SNS radio show. It was the Stan the Man radio show. And Evan Wills was his program director, his music coordinator. So then Stan said, Murph, come out here to Long Island. He had the only black radio station on Long Island. I went out there and I ran into Wendell Sawyer and the Blue. I'm like, yeah, this is incredible. So I'm like, whoa, this is interesting. And then here's Mo. I listened to Mo one time. I turned it down the dial. It was 90.3. So I'm listening to this guy on there like, yeah, you know, baby, coming to the Love Zone, Maurice the Voice Whites. You know, you can call him. Here's the number. Call up, and I called him. So I call his brother. So I called him. I said, yeah, man, I'm listening to your station, man. You sound, you know, you playing the music. He said, hey, baby, this is Maurice the Voice Whites, baby. Where you calling from? What's your name? What's your number? I'm calling from. I said, yo, hey, Murph. And I'm calling from Harlem. He said, you want to hear anything? I said, you playing everything?
That's Mo.
I'm like, and then he had me up there. He said, Murph, the key is under the mat. Anytime you want them, this is your home. Tell my listeners the Love Zone about what y'all do. And I'm like, whoa, this thing is, you know, it was like, he didn't have to do that. Stan the Man didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
You know, and for them to take us in and do that, you know, was amazing because, you know, coming from major market radio, everybody's feuding. Nobody wants to, you know, to help nobody do nothing, you know. And then, you know, you get Vanessa from the National R&B Music Society, and she's got that. And then it's like, so you're talking to these people, and they're like, Murph, you know, I got this, I got these artists, I got this, I'm doing these events, and blah. I'm like, this is freaking incredible. Mm-hmm. And then doing the research surge and finding out the music that's out there. Yeah. Oh man, I felt like I just hit the music lottery, man. It was just like a gold mine, you know.
It was. It's like you don't want to go off the air, and God rest her soul too. Mary Moore got wind of it, man. And Mary started setting up interviews for it. Now I gotta say, another guy. Let me get back to the Blondies thing.
Right.
Charles Wallard was listening to the show one day, and Charles was like, "Man, I know you from yada yada yada." He said, I manage Cuba Gooding Sr., I manage O.C. Smith and George Benson and yada, yada, yada.
Right.
So you know how a lot of things are, you know, everything is all lip service until it comes to the forefront. So Charles is like, how would you like to interview Cuba? I'm like, sure.
Like this is going to happen, right?
Right. So a couple of days later, Cuba Gooding Sr. gives me a call. And he says, you know, I think it was before the concert. I think I did an interview with him before the concert. And then, no, you did, because he went down to Blondies. And then after that, then he came to Atlanta. So we talked a little bit and stuff like that. He said, well, I'm going to be in New York. And I was like, well, my morning man is down there in New York, Big Murph. So he's going to be down at Blondies. So you got a chance to hook up with Cuba down at Blondies. And Murph did a live thing with Cuba down at Blondies.
You know, what was so interesting about that is I always, you know, I interviewed Black Ivory and all of them down there as well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the thing was, and I used to have these little speakers that I used to sit right on the table with my laptop, and I used to broadcast, and the speakers was really loud. So Cuba was performing tonight. I did the interview with him. I think Vanessa was down there from National R&B Music Society.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if the ladies of Sky was down there. We had Miss O was down there. It was really nice, right? And so what happened was Blondie's sound system had went kaput. So Cuba said, "Wait a minute, we got a lot of people in here." He said, "Murph, come here." He said, "I ain't gonna, let these people down." He said, "Turn your speakers all the way up and give me the microphone." I turned my speakers all the way up. Man, he did the performance. It was incredible. It was incredible.
He did.
I was really shocked, you know.
And from that, I mean, it was a great time down there. You can see the video and also the interviews and stuff that we had too.
Right.
But then, probably about a month later, Cuba called me. He said, "All right, I'm going to be in Atlanta. We're doing I think it was the 70s Soul, whatever it was, show that they normally do where they have a whole bunch of artists." And he said, "So meet me down there so we can go ahead and do the interview before the show starts, and then I'll give you some tickets just to, backstage and all that type of stuff."
Right.
So I went there. Wait, I'm not going to get into the story about somebody, professional artists, an old school group. So I'm walking in the back door, right? And I'm turning around. This dude taking a nice little whiz out of the thing there as I'm walking in. I called Murph and I told him who that person was. I said, "Man, such and such almost pissed on me." I'm walking. First started cracking up because I'm going to the door and he, ended up doing his thing. Loving to death, man. Great artist and great group too. So finally I get there with Cuba. We do the interview, man, and it was just incredible. We did the interview backstage before he was going out, and they just put on a fantastic show. And then Cuba called me a week after that. I know that night he said, "All right, Serge, whenever I'm back in Atlanta," he said, "I'm going to come to your house so I can have dinner." So I'm like, yeah, right. 2 months after that, we were down at the in-laws in Gainesville, Florida.
Right.
Get a call on my phone. "Hey, Serge, I'm just getting out the airport. What's your address? I'm going to head on over to your house." I'm like, "Oh, sugar, honey, iced tea." I'm like, "Man, Cuba, we're in Gainesville, Florida, man. I didn't know that you were coming in," because he was coming in to do some stuff with Marlo Thomas, for that whole thing that they're a part of.
Right.
And I was like, I didn't even think, how normally they talk stuff, you don't think that but that was one brother that said what he meant what he said. And if he said he was going to do something, he was actually going to do it. And I was like, "Oh, damn, Cuba, I miss you, man." I said, "So the next time you're in Atlanta, I swear," I said, "give me a call the day before." I said, "We'll make sure we don't go anywhere, and then come on out to the house so you can have some dinner and stuff." And he had made his transition, but that's just some of the interactions that we've had with a lot of great artists that we got a chance to interview. And
absolutely.
And it was, start off from everybody that helped us out. So when a lot of people in this industry basically say, "Oh, I don't need no help," and all of that, everybody needs it.
Everybody.
And what we do is we treat Classic Soul as a family. That's why we call everybody family members. New people who's joining the group or joining Classic Soul are always new family members. We don't believe in a fan. Fan stands for fanatics. Everybody's a family member, and we treat it as such. And it's just been awesome right now. Now, let me tell you the story about this young lady that he brought to the station.
Okay.
Murph said, "Serge, man, this young lady sent me her little demo tape. She'd never worked in radio before, but she always wanted to work in radio and all that." And we always do this thing that's called the dum-dum test to make sure that they're about the music and not about what they can try to get from the station.
Right.
Or try to get because they're on this particular thing. So Murph went ahead and sent me the demo via email. It took me 2 seconds to listen to that damn thing. That girl was incredible. And that's our sister, R.E.J.
R.E.J.
And if you would listen to the demo that she did, what we call an air check, it's called an air check. It's like she's been in radio all her life, from her first show that she did on up until today, it has been nothing but professional across the board. And then the rest of the crew that we have on there, from DJ B to Donald Grammer to Mitch, and my brother, I love him to death, man. When I was doing Saturdays, D Mitch.
I remember we Saturday. Oh man,
we were doing Saturdays, so it was doing WGO Hip Hop Flavor on Saturdays.
Right.
And D Mitch came into the fold. Then, who else? Well, Mario, he and I is my frat brother, so he and I have been together, man, for years, back in Chicago DJing together. So he came on, he started doing his stuff. Then B, then Dana and all of them with the Sunday thing. And then we had Carl Pyrus.
Carl Pyrus and Jazz, right.
They were doing a show out of New Bedford, Massachusetts on Saturdays too.
Yeah, right before me and Mitch.
Yeah, right before them. So we had a lot of great family members, and the folk that we have that's on right now has pretty much been with us, from day one.
For years,
so
man.
Humbled, and my brother, as always, I love you, man. This is, where you have, let's say you have extended family that may be a part of your family. I know we may be family somewhere down the line outside of the African culture type thing like that, because we just hit it off, him and myself and his family and all of us, like it was like we were actually regular blood brothers and stuff.
It was like incredible.
Yeah,
incredible. And that story you tell about the all of on their personalities. Everybody, we didn't have to fill anybody's spot. DJ B has been where he's at for years. REJ, same thing. Donald Grammer, same thing. Creole, you, myself, Dana, and with the Sunday Stroll, me and Mitch with WGO Hip Hop Flavor. Then Stamp and
my son and my nephews come over. Then Gino was doing his thing on it. But what's really cool about it is they listen to you and I and how we do things and how we talk to them about how we want the station to be and how you have to come in with it, because we had a lot of people that try to do some stuff and they were, trust me, they were not.
Yeah,
no, that gel wasn't there. Let's just put it that way. That gel was not there.
Right.
But even getting the younger guys in here, like my son Stamp and DJ Chief Rocker and Gino, those brothers blend that stuff in and round out the whole house like you wouldn't believe. So I am humbled, man, and I love you guys to death, man. I mean, love you guys to infinity. I don't want to say until death.
Yeah, that's what I stopped saying that too.
It'll extend directly past even that, because it has been nothing but just great, man. And the love that all of our family members out there give. I mean, it was incredible last year just to see everybody, the folk that we had come down from New York for our 2019 meet and greet. And the ball we had, you all seen the pictures, but you all just don't know even behind all of that stuff that we actually did for that.
Incredible.
Yeah. And it also caused more of this too. So trying to get it together, it's a lot of work, and especially for a station that's self-funded. I mean, we get, what we call support from a lot of people. They'll donate, send in support for that. Man, trust me, I love you guys for that, because trust me, it helps out a lot. But we try to push it out there to, see if we can get more of that stuff coming in, because it takes a lot. You're talking about 13 years of running this stuff day in and day out. There's a lot of stuff in the background that you guys just don't know that we have to take care of and that we have to handle all the time. And I get it from my wife a lot. She'll go down the little list. I know Murph too. So what's this going to classic for? What's this going to classic for?
How can you just buy this time? What's that? How much that cost?
Yeah.
What do you? I'm like, you know what? And then she'll argue, but then she'll say, "Oh, go ahead."
Yeah, because they kind of see what we've been doing and how large it is, and I think what really solidified it too is that meet and greet kind of did it to it. Everybody was down.
Yes.
It was down, man. Let me tell you, for the 70s party was off the chain. Monray and all of them, and Murph with them big old Herman the Monster shoes on. You've seen the video. But the pool party that we had on Thursday, man, it was incredible. Then we had the 70s party on Friday, and then we had the all-white party on Saturday. Now, I had a bus. We had a bus that gathered all the people from the hotel, took them to the venue, and then from the venue back to the hotel. So you didn't have to worry about driving, didn't have to worry about going anywhere. And we made sure we had everything kind of contained. And we were going to try to do that this year too, just what we were going to call it a family reunion. But of course, you know, other things had taken place. Right. But I think it's for a good reason that it did happen, because all of us were so busy doing everything. Murph can attest to this. I mean, from the concerts he and Mr. Excitement was doing, and that was just fantastic.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. Mike, if you're listening, man, thank you, my brother, man. Thank you for even involving, you know, allowing myself and then the station and Big Murph, man, to just be a part of what you were doing with your entertainment company, man. And then to see our names up there and you doing your show, which is fantastic, and you didn't have to do it, man. My brother, salute to you, man.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
And you know, whatever you need from us, you got it, man. I mean, Murph, I'm sure he's already told you that, but you got it, because we didn't have to do that. And you talking about putting on some of the biggest disco concerts around. That brother's no joke. Yeah, with franchise record pool and his franchise.
Right. The franchise, right.
Yeah, that brother's on point with that, man. So much love to him, man, and you need to check him out too for all of the things that he's actually doing. So, and I know I'm rambling and talking too much.
No, but it's great. I'm glad you brought him up, because I was going to bring him up too and put him in a separate category, because, you know, when we started at the beginning, you know, back then in those days, I'd run into Mr. Excitement, you know, at the clubs and at other, you know, events where the artists were, because he was doing Street Funk TV. And prior to that, he was Hot 97, because him and Funkmaster Flex, they went to school together, you know, and so they started Franchise Record Pool together. Yeah. And so when Flex went, you know, Mike continued with the record pool, and it became the biggest record pool with over 10,000 DJs worldwide. So, and the great thing about it, I think it was like, I don't know how long I've been part of Franchise Record Pool itself, where the music, but I've been a part of that for like over 12, 13 years, I think. And they're celebrating.
A little more, because we've been doing ours for over 13 or 14. So it was before then.
And that's right. So yeah, exactly. So, and when he started doing the concert, the great thing about it, like I was telling people, I said, I've met artists in doing my television show, granted, but I'm meeting the artists who were popular at that particular time. And what I really wanted to do is get into the music that I really grew up with, and the music that I, you know, considered the soundtrack to our life. And one guy who was my mentor in all this is Ralph McDaniels. And I would talk to Ralph.
Uncle Ralphie.
Yes.
Video music box.
Man, and he told me, he said, Murph, he said, what you do is go where your heart is. And my heart was the music. And it was just, you know, then the rest was history when he said that. So I went in and started doing, you know, the radio show. And the other great thing too is that meeting great people, like back in 96, I think it was, when Mitch started doing his show. And I used to watch Mitch on TV, and I used to call him up, and we used to chat and talk, because he did a live show like around 12 o'clock at night. His show was broadcast live from the studio, and I would just listen to a show, and me and him connected. And next thing you know, our relationship, that's history. We became brothers, you know, Mr. Excitement, or AKA Michael Jacobs, you know, with meeting these disco legends that I would have never gotten a chance to meet. And it was just, you know, just meeting them and going to Mo's, you know, R&B weekends, and him and Lincoln Sessions doing their thing, you know. You know, you just get a chance to meet everybody. You're like, wow, this is incredible. The one thing that you want to do with your life in terms of the things you love doing, and that was the music and the television and radio, but you're playing it. How about meeting the artist so you can say thank you? Not only did I get a chance to meet them, oh man, now some of them know my name, and they say, hey, bro, and I'm like, wait a minute now. I just, you know, but it's amazing.
They hit you up and say, hey, we got this new stuff. Would you play this for us? And it's stuff that we love. We always say it all the time. We're trying to preserve the legacy of all this great music.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of people out there think that it's only these same 10 songs that they're playing all the time that's out there. And as you all notice when you all listen to our shows, from everybody that's on the station, the music is vast. You may hear us play. Hey, you know how we do it. If we love a song, we're going to run the sucker back again. You know, because we can do that. We own the station.
Oh, yeah, you know. So, sir, you like that song? Yeah, Murph, bring that back. Okay.
I'll text Murph. I'll be sitting back listening. I'm like, you know, that's one of them bring them back songs, right? He's talking about, yeah, I got you. I was thinking the same thing.
But that's how it is, man. We got to say, Lisa Allen, she's listening. She said, "Hey, big brothers."
Oh my God, Lisa, my little sister, Lisa. Let me tell you, Lisa put together an outstanding event for us that we did this Saturday for the all-white place at Club 6340. If you see my little banner back at the back that DJ B did.
Oh, that's incredible.
My little the thing that has all of the artists on, all of the on-air personalities and the club, and also the stuff that we're doing for the event. Love you, DJ B, if you're listening, man. But
that was incredible.
He did that, but Lisa put all that stuff together for us down at the Club 6340, man. We had my little brother Michael Sean performed with the Funk Bandits. Kiki Richardson, the hostess with the most. Kiki is incredible.
She's incredible.
Kiki's is incredible. But they did all of that, and I thank you, man. Love you to death, sis. Thank you. I'm glad that you tuned in as well. But it's not even that. It's just meeting everybody. When I came out to New York, first time, just meeting everybody that will send text and messages, IMs and stuff. Say, man, Sergio, we're listening to this. Can you play this song? Hey, I'm the this, that, and that. And then we get out to, what was it? Nabe's was the first one that we did. I think our 10th year anniversary.
Nabe's. Absolutely.
But we were there way before that anyway, because we went down to Sylvia's and all. We just hung out with the Murphy family while we were there the first time. But then we came back for the 10-year anniversary we did at Nabe's. And that was incredible. The 11th year when we did what's that other club?
Did we do Savannah Rays.
Savannah Rays. Yeah, we did our 11th year at Savannah Rays, and that was totally off the chain.
Yes.
And that's where we say we'll do a little shirt. Let me show it. Compliments of Gregory.
Yeah. Wow. We had so much stuff there because Miss O made a book, and then she also made cards.
Oh man, I wish I could get that. Miss O, give her nothing but mad props to, man. That's it. Everybody, let's put it this way. Everybody, man, she came up, her and I think the TUQs came up with the Classic Soul Sisters or whatever. They had those
Classic Soul shirts. Oh my God.
And everything. Incredible. But Murph, on an honest point, to see that, for me to see that from the inception where we started to seeing stuff like that, man, dude, I'm serious. I had to walk away a few times, man. I was like, as my son would call it, Murphin'. So I'm like teared up at Murphin' and stuff because, man, we get emotional about some of the songs that we hear, and we always tell you that it allows you to go back and bring great memories of when this music was out and what you were doing during that time. But
absolutely,
for me to see that all of our sisters with the Classic Soul Sisters with their shirts on, and everybody that was there at the event, I'm serious. I teared up because I was like just overwhelmed, with joy, because we're doing something that people got to understand, that we are about the music.
Right.
We don't just, as I say, we're not just new to this. We're true to this.
Absolutely.
We love what we do, what we put out there, and we're just connoisseurs of great music, and we want everybody else to listen to it. And then it allows you to spark up something into other people when you're playing it. Right. I forgot how many engagements and marriages through Classic Soul. Right.
We actually had two people meet in the room that I knew of that got married and thanked us because they met in the room. That was incredible. And so, but like with you, when you said, you had to step away a couple of times, when we first put this into fruition, we started thinking about pricing. We thinking, man, if people don't come out to local events and pay $5-10, who's going to fly all the way to Atlanta and pay for a hotel? And, and it was like, when I got the list of how many people was coming from up here with us, I was like, this is incredible. And we got down there, I'm like, so-and-so and check in. Somebody's already down there. And the people are like, hey, Murph, why you ain't telling us? And I'm like, I didn't, and I'm like, invite whoever you want. And next thing you know, we got Monray coming down with his band. And I'm like, oh my goodness, it was incredible. Then you had Dale coming from Stone Creek.
Yeah, Stone Mountain.
Stone Mountain Creek,
Mountain. Yeah, little sis Dale, man. But it was in we got some awesome rates too of
Oh yeah.
the place and the venue. I mean, the hotel where we were staying. I mean, it's in a place where there are a hell of a lot of other hotels and stuff. You know, like what we were talking about trying to do for down here that allowed people to just pick other hotels if they wanted to do that, but they knew where the host hotel was going to, where it was. But that was a beautiful venue and everything that we had there. The food and all of that stuff. It was really good, man. And I'm glad we got a chance to do it because we didn't get a chance to do the family reunion this year, but it gave us something to work on, for the next time that we go ahead and we go ahead and put something together. Once all this other stuff blows over it, we can get back to how we are. Because here at Classic Soul and just us in general, man, we are a huggy, touchy-feely type of people. And that's what we do, you know, and for everybody to be standoffish now, it would be kind of crazy to try to have an event and everybody's like, hey, how you doing? You know, how we greet, you know?
But you know, it's a testament to what we do and the people that, you know, the family members that's a part of the family. It's because, you know, they're like this, you know, it's all about the music. And as far as whatever it is you might have in terms of differences with somebody else, you know, you put that aside. It's like check your ego at the door kind of situation. And to sit there, I loved the fact that, you know, from coming up here and going down to the A, you know, we had people hitting us up saying, yo, what flight y'all on? What flight y'all? We had it was 11 of us on the flight. I think it was me and Debbie Suarez and Tree Suarez. And then it was T and Tati and B and Jackie and me and Sean and Sheila and Finesse. And me, it was like, I'm like, this is incredible. We all on the same plane together. This was, and laughing and talking, although our plane was delayed for a while.
Oh, yeah. You were talking the hotel waiting for you guys. He's like, man, I don't think we're going to get out of here today. And then finally let you all out. So,
oh, my goodness.
Even Keith Moe and his wife came down the following day.
Oh, my God.
They
flew
down the following day. They were there. Him and Liz, man. It was just beautiful, man. So, it was something, man. And I'm glad that we got a chance to do it. We put a lot of work into it.
Absolutely.
You know? We did to make sure that we try to give something back to our Classic Soul family for everything that they give directly to us. You know?
You're right about that. That was the beauty of it is that, you know, in looking at the people that were coming down, and Jesse Thomas came. I was like, wow, Sister Jessie is here. You know, you turn around, it's like you got, you know, Donnie and Bree. And
Bree drove.
They drove down. Jersey. I was like, wow, man, that was incredible, man. I'm like, you guys are just, you know. Oh man, it was.
I know.
I'm like you, bro. I'm like you. It's incredible, and just to look, like you said, the amount of people that came down there, it was just. And we found the restaurant, and the great thing about it, everybody went to the restaurant. And we all took over the restaurant. It was so nice.
Ooh, lickety splits. They didn't know what hit them down there. They were like, what hit us? I think who was that found it? Was it Tati them that found Lickety Splits?
Yeah, I think Tati.
Monray.
Yeah, Tati, Monray, and all of them. Because wait, no, it was Monray and them because we was all on the plane together and we saw them down there eating. I think it was Miss O and Doreen and right. They had found that place.
Found it. Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, you can't, I can't believe this place. They said, Murph, y'all got to go there. When you come down, you got to go there. I'm like, okay, we'll go there. I got down there. I'm like, oh my God, the ribs was falling off the bone.
Oh, Jesus.
I forgot what else I had, but I just ate like a
man, they had pig. That Gouda cheese macaroni.
Oh yeah, that was delicious. That was delicious.
And the chicken waffles. Incredible.
Chicken and waffles. Oh my. Yeah, you know, and it's funny because when I think when we was down there, I think it was only on the weekend that they have breakfast. I think the weekend was the only time they had breakfast. Mm-hmm. But lunchtime came, we all got down there for lunch. It was like 20 or plus, you know, at the breakfast. You know,
they loved it because we were doing the dancing and the singing and stuff. And they had the owners over there, Miss Harris and her husband and all of them over there while we were up there singing and dancing and all that. They were having a fun time too. Yeah, they got a lot of orders, but they, you know, and they didn't, you know, since it was so many people, nobody was kind of barking about, you know, how long it was taking for them to get the food over, even though they're bringing it out pretty quickly. because they were interacting directly with us in the stuff that we were doing. Yeah.
That was the beauty of it, because, you know, to go into a place and for them to be as receptive as they was to us and just allow us to put tables together and we just brought everybody and people coming late.
Everything, all in their restaurant.
And remember, Anita Riley came down there and she was like, you know, her back was bad, but she came down. Oh, I'm like,
she did. Love her too, man, for that, man. But you know? But it's showing the love though, man, that, like I said, that's why I'm so humbled and grateful for everything, man. And I try to take nothing for granted, you know, each and every day that, you know, that we're doing what we do. Right. And, you know, I hate to keep bringing it back to what helps us stay online. Right. And that's you all. I mean, for the support, the dollars that you all do put in there, it helps. But everything, you know, it's with everything else, when you are doing something great, somebody's going to come in and try to knock you directly out of that.
Right.
And that's what they're doing now. A lot of the major market radio stations now are forming internet radio stations because they know it's starting to get not geographical locations, but worldwide listeners, rather than a geographical location that only an FM station or an AM station can actually give you. Right. And they have more dollars than we have in order to stay in there. So we've been doing a great job, like I say, for 14 years from what we've been doing. But it gets harder and harder each year that we're doing that. Right. Is because of the amount of dollars that they have that they can push in to push out. And that's basically what they're trying to do. But, hey, we're going to keep kicking until, you know, until my wife said, look, you can't go into the checkbook anymore. So.
Danny said, now, you know, we could have had an extra couple of pieces of chicken. You know, we might have been able to get some sides, but no. You had to buy another encoder, another external drive to put all your music in. I'm like, baby.
Speaking of encoders, hey, Tishy Poo, if she's listening out there, man, when Tish first started listening to the station, that's why we call her sister encoder.
Oh, yeah.
Tishy emailed us talking about, yo, Serge, you know the station down, don't you? I'm like, no, Tish, I didn't know. So I'm like going back trying to get to the thing. So Tish should be on it. Tish, oh my God! I remember our first year in there when Tish started listening and stuff. Tish was like, because we were trying to get shows together and trying to do everything in the background to try to make sure everything, like from what we got now with the apps that we have, the website and all that. Man, it took a lot of stuff. We went through some pain trying to get a lot of this stuff going and dealing with a lot of people until finally we got the app for all of the iOS devices and for the Androids. But anyway, I was planning to rebroadcast the stuff, which y'all hear, as we call it, our Memorex shows, when we're trying to work on other things, because it's kind of hard since you don't have that full staff to do all of the behind-the-scenes things while you all do what you do. And Tish sent me a little text talking about, Serge, it's the third time this month James done died, so you're going to keep playing. The show I was putting on there, the same one where I was like, man, we want to also, you know, give condolences out to James Neal's family and all that. Talking about she's just gonna text me. She had the little smiley face on there. So it's the third time this week James done died, so you're gonna have to change something up. But I love you to death, Tishy Poo.
Okay. What about the time? Well, I think I had one of my shows on, and it was, you said, man, I was saying it's like snowing like crazy outside. Just said, yeah. She said, where's it snowing at? Those are our Memorex shows, and people just don't get it. It's like, you know, we have the Memorex shows for, and the great thing about it is actually on the day of the show that we actually record it. Like, so if I record on a Thursday, if I'm doing Memorex on a Thursday, it'll be a show from a Thursday.
From a Thursday show. So family, when you all hear that, you know that a lot of times, you'll know when we're live, when we're doing that. But just know, and I got to put this disclaimer out now. So if we are doing that, it's either vacation time or we're trying to do something to help with this with the station, because we've had some technical difficulties, man. When you all just don't know the end of the back part of what we've been doing, man. Oh, something like Murph is like, sir, you need to get right now, man. My internet stuff is active. I'm like, shy, Murph, I got you, and I do the same thing. But quickly, I know I'm going to hold everything up, but let me tell you two funny stories, right? Mm-hmm. First funny story of how we got to catch our music. So Murph was doing a show one morning, and then his dude called in. His partner had passed away, and Murph was. So we go from here to down here. You know, because if it's serious, it's serious. If somebody passed away, it's serious. So this guy like, yeah, my homie T-Bone passed away, man, and you know, man, can you play this song for me by R. Kelly? And Murphy's like, yeah, my brother, man, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for listening, man. And, you know, our condolences to you, T-Bone, and the family and all that. We get ready to put R. Kelly on here, My Homie, or whatever the name of the song was. So Murph put it on. The music is going good for about like 8 bars. Next thing, my MF homie, he was down there. Murph was like,
I'm like, your homie gonna have to wait.
Stopped in class quick and in a hurry. He's talking about, look, yo, man, I hate your homie passed away, but we ain't playing that.
I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. I'm thinking because of, you know, I forgot what is something for the homie, something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this is a goodbye song. I'm thinking it's R. Kelly. It's a mellow song. Yeah. This guy's gonna get sent away nicely. Yeah. Oh, my homie, Lena, and this is from my mother. I'm like, yo, your homie. I think he have to wait a little while because I got to take this off. I can't do it.
Murph got on that quick. Hold on. So, I mean, we check our music. Now, sometimes some things flip if we change our servers over or something like that. And there's the second story, mine, right? So we're out in Florida. We're driving in. And I had a show that was playing. And I said, okay, by the time I get home, I could hit whatever this thing live when I get to the house. Because I think we're probably about 2 hours out from Florida back here to Atlanta. And so I'm listening in the car. The next thing I hear is Master P and No Limit Soldiers. I'm like, oh. Wait, I call Murph up. I'm like, Murph, can you take over the station? He's talking about what's happening, Serge? I'm like, man, it's like every other word is bleep, 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 bleep. It's a curse word. Murph's like, all right, Serge, I got you. I'm like driving down the highway, like, no.
Serge full of yellow Murph. I'm like, yeah, I think C Murder or Mystical. One of them was on, and it was just every word was a curse. But I said, oh my God, I don't think Sergio hear this. And all of a sudden, I hear
you know how that those commercials are when something happened, how the cartoons' eyes get real big like that. You should have seen my wife's eyes. It was like, is that your station?
Oh my God.
Oh, we've had some fun, and we've had and we still continue to have fun on what we do here at Classic Soul 107.5. I'm gonna tell you, so people listen that you don't think is listening. And what I mean by that is major market stations. It was 2 quick ones. It was, I said that the last time too. We were driving home from somewhere, I think it was dinner or something like that. Mm-hmm. I had this, and Rita was like, you got the station on? I'm like, no. I said, what station is that? She's like, oh, that's blah, 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 blah. I'm like, they just stole my whole show from last night. I mean, every song that I had played the night before was in that order on the major market station. And I was like, bleep, bleep, bleep. I'm like, so we know they're listening. And all the hate mail that we used to get, I love you guys. Continue to send that hate mail. As my mom said, we're making those haters our motivator. But we got a lot of people that are listening, and we're glad of that. Continue to tell, as we always say, tell a friend, tell a neighbor about what we do here at Classic. So this brother here, let me tell you, man, I just, from the heart, my brother, man. He's the co-pilot of this station from day one, man. And that brother there, man, I got his back through hell or high water, man. You know that. So,
likewise, man. You already know.
Hey, I know he already got his crew out there in New York that anything happens, they got him. But trust me, I'll be flying down there fast, quick, and hurry. They'll be like, they ain't seen AK-47s and judges and all that stuff. But, I mean, serious business. And I'm going to tell you how deep this is, because this doesn't happen too much. This brother, when his daughter got married, now we were just probably 2 years into the radio station, and they sent me an invitation to come out to the daughter's wedding. It doesn't get any closer than that. And I appreciate you for that, brother. And that tore me up, man. And I was telling Rita that when you say, Serge, we want you to come down to our daughter's wedding, that is the most intimate thing that you can get, as in a brotherhood bond or as in a family bond, for that to happen, man. And thank you for that.
You're welcome.
And hey, it's family through eternity, man. And it's always been like that.
That's how I feel too.
Appreciate you, man. Love you for that, bro.
I love you too, man. It's not, it was only right. That Jania said, she said, Dad, she said, because she did this, and remember, she had this ritzy wedding, so she's like paid for plates. So I'm like Jania, she said, Dad, I got you. Let me check on everything. And she said, you can invite people. So I said, Sergio, D-Mitch, Howie.
Oh man, that was
Keith Mo Johnson.
Wow.
I was like, because I'm like, so who? And then of course I had Ralph McDaniels and Kev Lawrence.
Kev Lawrence.
So it was.
Come on, heavy hitters in the industry, man. These brothers are heavy hitters, and Howie Simmons, man. God rest your soul. That was an awesome brother, man.
That hurt me.
Awesome brother, and I was glad that I got a chance to meet him and then take a picture with all of them too. Ralph McDaniels, Kev Lawrence, D. Midge, Howie, you, and it was trippy because I had knee surgery right after that. My knee was done. My knee was done. And I said, forget this. I'm still going to this thing, hopping or doing whatever else. Hey, my face will be in the place. And then my dear sister Sandy got me drunk with this blue drink they had there at the wedding.
I was going to say that, the blue drink. Blue drink. I'm like, okay. So her color, Jania, was, I think she liked blue. She was like, so they said, come up with a drink for the. And it was blue. So I'm like, okay, this looks like it's going to be pretty strong, but it tasted really good. And you drink enough of them. And I'm like.
Started drinking them. And then D. Mitch's favorite song coming on. I'm like, what the heck happened? He didn't jump from this side of the table all the way to the dance floor. But great times, though. Great times, family. Oh, thank you all, man. I got to tell you, and I appreciate you doing this tonight, though, Murph. and what we're doing, I know the whole premise of it is to figure out what we're doing this COVID-19 coronavirus. And if you're in the hood, it's called Rona.
Right, Rona.
We're still trying to, I don't want to call it social distancing. I like rather calling it physical distancing. Right. Because you still have to be social.
Right.
You're just not doing a lot of physical touching and all that other type of stuff. And this stuff, I believe, it's going to pass too. But we want everybody out there to continue to stay safe, stay healthy, stay cognizant. And I think this is just taking you back to when we were kids, when your parents always wash your hands, doing it all. It's just bringing it back to stuff that you grew up learning to do, where some adults just forgot totally about it.
Right.
And if you continue to do that, you're going to be good. But we're trying to make sure that we keep the music going for you guys while you're all locked in and more interactive with you, and things like we're doing like right now with Zoom, and the one thing that Facebook has and all that type of stuff. It allows us, to get together. Since we can't physically get together, at least we can kind of see each other and still have fun and talk and laugh and all that other type of stuff. We were doing that with Bree, Donnie, and the rest of them the other last week.
That was fun.
Oh my God, we had so much fun. We had a lot of fun doing that. But this is the type of stuff that we're doing, and you got to make sure that you try to do something yourself rather than thinking that your situation of being quarantined is limiting you to everything. Be creative, get that creative mind going again. And we should get a lot of our family members have been creative with making their masks and selling those and doing all that other type of stuff. This is the time to do that. Don't just lie dormant. And the other thing I have to tell you all too, and then I'm gonna shut my trap because I know I've been talking a mile a minute and blaming on my wife because she had me upstairs drinking some stuff. So Rita gonna kick my butt. What?
You blame everything on me. You was talking to brown on brown nose, wasn't you?
Yeah. Man, don't feed into all of this crap that you're hearing out in the media. And if you can, get away from a lot of that stuff. I know we want to be informed. Get your information to be informed. But don't let all of that stuff consume you where you're looking at it and listening to it 24/7. It starts getting caught into your subconscious, and then you start thinking it, and then your body starts feeling it. Get up out of that type of stuff. Do something different. When you talking about you can't go out, you can go out. Go out, walk around, do whatever, get your exercise in, whatever. You're not like, just as they say, sequestered directly inside your house. They just want you to be cognizant being out that way. But most definitely with this media stuff, stay away from a lot of that stuff because they're going to, remember Professor told me, those who control the media controls the mind.
The mind, that's right.
So stop falling prey to all that stuff. Even the stuff you see on Facebook, all it is just a lure to get you angrier, where they'll show videos of such and such beating something down, or they'll put a comment out there to get your response, to get the hairs on the back of your neck standing up so you can make your comments and all that other type of stuff. Once we start, not feeding into that crap, it'll start going away. Yeah. So that's my little take and my little speech for tonight. And I think I'll go get some more yak to drink. No.
I had some because before we did this, I was on with the Classic Black Movie Brunch Party. And it's funny because we was on for 8 hours and we had people, at least about 25 more people that stayed all the way to the very end. It was nice because we had Leon from the Five Heartbeats did a Q&A. It was just incredible. He did a Q&A, answered everybody's questions. We had a DJ S&S play the music. We had Ivory Bell. He came on and sung a couple of songs and killed it. So did Malika Mo. Yeah, man. It was real nice, man. We gave away gifts, for we did a trivia, asked questions about the movie and had people answer the questions. And we got a chance to give away about 7 gifts. And some of them was like restaurant stuff and others. But, it was just incredible just to be able to do it virtual. Yeah. It was incredible. I truly enjoyed it. it.
We got to start doing more stuff like that too. And I'm glad that you're doing a nice little test run tonight with doing that. It's just the thing to do right about now. Don't forget, hey, Sunday, you want to check all of us out. But this brother's going to be doing his live thing with the National R&B Society that he always does on Sundays for the second leg of the SNS, which is the Sunday night experience. And start out with me, with Sergio. Yeah, that's me.
That's him.
This Frederick-looking Douglas dude over here. With the Sunday night Dusty Stepper set. And then you got Big Murph doing his thing with the second leg of the SNX with Slow Jam and Sundays. Now, the other thing that's coming up, this Wednesday, man.
The
Battle of the Best, family. You guys, let me tell you, I got Uncle Charlie and the Gap Band versus Mr. Biggs, Ron Isley, and the Isley Brothers.
Oh, man.
It's going to be an epic battle, baby.
Woo!
An epic battle. I got to thank Herschel Myers from the Basement Group of Facebook for that because he put those pictures up. I was like, you know what? That'll be a great battle. So thank you, Herschel, for that, man. That's going to be an awesome battle that we're going to have this Wednesday inside the Battle of the Best inside the Quiet Storm. I'll post some more stuff up for you all out there, and you guys can get a chance to check it out. But don't forget, continue with that support by listening, continue with the monetary support and everything so we can continue to bring great things for you all, man.
Right.
And as we always say, I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Not just me, but all of us. All right.
And make your
haters your motivator.
There you go.
That's right.
That's a team. That's a team saying right there. You got to put them together,
It is.
But and then tomorrow actually is my cockeye day because the screen goes by so fast. I'm like this, and then I have to do cross-eyed detoxing because after the show is over, I'm like this. Okay, all right, man.
But it's a lot of fun, man, because you have so many people that's listening, that's tuned in, that you won't believe. And once again, the music is just outstanding. It's incredible. And
it is. And big
this
thanks
brother's
to
on. Let me tell you, my day does not start until noon, Monday through Thursday, is because the music that he's been playing, and I'm not, and I try to, all right, let me just walk around, do a little this and that to get into but I can't because this brother just goes ahead and just lays it out, and I'm done until noon. And then sometimes REJ will mess it up, and then my whole day is gone because I do it too. But then the day is totally gone, and it's crazy. It's crazy. But
I think it's set up like that.
I love that.
It's set up like that because, Serge, I'm gonna tell you something that's really crazy.
Yeah.
When I'm doing the show and there's a song that I have in the queue that I want to play, I'm like, yeah, you know, so I'm playing this song here. I'm going to walk away and go get me some water. But then in my mind, I want to hear the song.
Yeah.
And then when you come on at night, I'm laying down and I'm relaxing. I'm saying, yeah. So sometimes I try to come in here and blast it so that way I don't go to sleep, because I lay down and I'm like this. I got my earplugs in and I'm like this. And next thing I know, I'm like, man, it's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, the crazy part is too, sometimes I know I go over my time because I'm like, I mean, we do those gumbo nights.
Oh, yeah.
And the requests are coming in, and then, you know, like Murph would say, we have our show set up until someone sends a song or asks for a particular group of songs, and then we just start feeding off of those songs. It continues to go and to go and to go and to go, man. Hey, I'm glad we're doing what we're doing, brother, and thank you.
Me too. And I appreciate it. Thank you for your vision and listening to 107.3 or 103.7 and saying, hey, who's that guy playing the Stylistics and bringing me over here? Because I was looking for something like this. I tell you the time I called Mo and I was like, man, I said, this guy, if I ever got myself in a position to be able to play the music, this is what I was going to do. And when you said we're going to do this, I'm like, and me playing in the morning, and I got 4 hours, where am I going to get all this music from? And then when I did the research, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not worried no more. Yeah. The only scary part was going live. I said, no, 8 to 10, send Sergio the CD, I'm good. But when I went live, it changed everything.
It did. The interaction is crazy, though, man.
I love it.
It is.
I love it. You know?
Yeah. It is. It's going to get better, too, my brother.
Oh, yeah.
Trust me, it's going to get better. We're doing it already. Come on. We're doing, you know, over Zoom right now.
I know, right? I know.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? I think with doing the show, if you're on Zoom and, you know, you can do I think with your desktop, because I was doing it tonight, playing music on the desktop, and everybody was able to hear it. I'm like, ooh, that's interesting to like do a Zoom for like maybe 30 minutes of the show and just broadcast through that one morning. I might do that. You know, have the family just log on. Because like I said, we now with Classic Soul, we now have our own Zoom monthly, so we can do that now. So
yeah, cool. But that's what we got to do, man.
That's
continue to do it.
Absolutely. So, my brother, I know you're gonna go get some libation. I got some chicken wings waiting for me.
Man, it's Saturday night
when the feeling's right, you know.
But Bone coming out.
Hey, Sergio.
I know. Gotta go hang out with my girl Vanessa.
Yeah, Vanessa. Yeah.
Man, I'll be cracking up sometime in the morning, switching that stuff on, doing that. Now, what I do is I'll pre-record something. It sounds like I'm talking to Mudbone is talking to me, or I'm talking to him. I
told you that the other day. I said, Serge, I said, sound like you and Mudbone were two different people, and you was having a conversation back and forth. I'm like, okay, all right. There's some little black magic he did over there. And
the Mudbone. Man, I be sleeping and I be thinking of crap. Like we did for our commercial thing.
I was ready to say that, yeah.
Wake up in the morning, I'm like, start running down. Okay, I got to do this. It's just crazy.
And it's funny because when we was doing the commercial for the first time, and you sent me the list of the commercial, I said, okay, this is going to take a couple of takes. We did it in one take.
One take.
We did the commercial in one take.
One take.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But you know that means the next one we do is going to be all bumbled up with it. Watch. One more time, Serge, we tired.
We did, but that worked out perfectly, though, man. That was a great commercial. Man.
It was. Everybody was like, hey, Murph, yo, oh, man, pick up. Sometimes I'll be on the air with the place, I'm like, shh, yo, I'm not picking up.
You have them making their little comments in there to my Murph not going to pick up when they hear the commercial. No, Murph not going to pick up. But
then Mike, Mr. Excitement got him, he's like, Murph, Sergio's calling you, don't pick up.
Oh my God, man, that's funny.
But like you said, man, once again, we got the greatest family in the world, man. It's like when you say listeners, that's a word we don't even have in our vocabulary. We have family members, and anytime you know family come on, I have a way of welcoming everybody. I have a song by a Love Unlimited Orchestra that I play, and just welcome everybody because you know we have a way, like you said, we all bring the great music, but we all do it in a different way. And you won't catch the same songs in all of our shows. It's just that somehow, in some way, we find
too much of it.
You know?
We got too much of it. You and I say that all the time. And I'm like, man, I got another whole drive of stuff I haven't even gone in yet. You know, that's just how much stuff that we have out there. You know,
Absolutely.
how much music that's out there.
Absolutely.
And I was just surprised. Oh, the other thing I'm working on doing too is a documentary on Curtis Mayfield.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, you know, going through some of this stuff, writing out this stuff there where I can do that documentary. So it'll be kind of twofold. You'll hear it on the air, and I may go ahead and, you know, put it on Facebook too after, you know, I do the video of it, do the voicing of the video, and underline the video with doing it too. Because I was looking at some stuff about him, and I was like, wow. I said, so that'll be pretty good to do. So I'll be trying to work on that as well as all the other stuff that we're doing. Yeah, crazy. I see him in Studio B now too, Murph.
Oh yeah, you're in Studio B. I'm still cracking up because when you said, you know, it's funny that night when you was on, you said, okay, family, I'm going to be in Studio A and I'm going to setting up the audio on the other one. I need y'all to tell me the difference in the sound. If I sound, this is Studio A. Tell me the sound. There's Studio B. So I'm like, wow. So you done built 2 studios in the house. He got one. I don't know where the other one is. You know what I mean? We on Zoom at the MeUT. We on Zoom. Or Facebook or Messenger, whatever it was.
Yeah, yeah.
And you said, let me show you all studios. I'm like, okay. So I'm thinking you get ready to go up and take the camera and walk around to the other end of the house. And I'm like, now mind you, I done been to Sergio's house. He got a house in a house. I just want to tell you. He got a house in a house. You go in. I'm like, Serge. He's like, Murph, we're going to go downstairs. And we're going to I'm like, downstairs? What's down? Man, I'm like, who lives down here? So when you said Studio A and Studio B, I'm thinking, okay, he done built that down. That's a big Studio A. And I'm like, Studio B has got to be somewhere in the house. I couldn't think of where it was going to be. Where's Studio A and where's Studio B?
Okay, this is Studio B right here. And right back over here is Studio A. So I just turned my chair around.
Boy, it's gonna take you a long time to get there, don't you? You're like, Murph, I'll be with you. We gonna do it about 5 minutes. I got you. I'm gotta go over to Studio A. I'm like, okay. He showed me Studio A. I said, boy, this guy here. Must be a lot of traffic on the way to the studio.
Hey, my wife is not gonna let me have too many other rooms in the house, so I may as well try to make do with what I have. So
I took this one. I had to take me one.
Man, let me tell you, Murph painted that thing in one day.
I sure did. She got on me. She said, oh. I said, but I had to do it in one day. She said, yeah, because it was for you, right? Now, if it was for me, it took you 4 weeks. You would dried the paint up. You didn't have to go get paint. The paint brushes would have froze up. You didn't have to wash them. You had to go and get them and call everybody and say, I don't know, my back hurt. I'm like,
I was like, first thing Murph's like, yeah, I'm starting this on here. You see the brown, and then all of a sudden, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. It's like, yeah, sir, they just finished it. I'm like, nah, everything is all white. I'm like, dang, your brother that went through it, laid it out.
I was so tired, sir.
I get the same thing, bro. So don't worry about it. I get the same thing.
Because you know when you start something, you can't stop. It's like the closet that's been full for 13 years that I just now got through. I'm mad at the coronavirus because it made me clean the closet. You know, I'm like, come on. There was stuff in there. I found stuff. So she was like, why you ain't throw this away 12 years ago? If you didn't use it, I'm like, because I ain't know it was there.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was there.
Oh, man. It's funny.
Hey, look, there's my brother I was looking for 13 years. He's locked in the closet.
Yeah, he's locked in the closet. Oh, man, you speaking of that. Murph called me. It was one morning because I had just changed my servers over. And Murph is like, ooh, okay, you did Trapped in the Closet, all 12 versions. I was like, what? And I'm looking and I'm like, oh, my God.
The cursing ones.
Oh, I mean, it's explicit too.
Oh my God!
I was like, oh my God!
I was like, Serge, I said, you know, R. Kelly just did all 12 versions of In the Closet, him in the closet, and I'm like,
dude, man, I was walking around the house and saying, no, I said, I could just imagine people who probably new listeners. I'm like, I don't think I want to listen to that station.
They're like, this ain't classic soul.
Oh, because I didn't get a chance to censor a lot of the music that we're putting over because I was putting a new one together. That was during a time when I had to do a whole new motherboard. Man, we go through some stuff on the technical side to get it to make things happen. So, y'all, you all better be glad that we love y'all.
Man, because let me tell you, if Sergio ever put up in the room, the station's going to be down for a minute for repairs. Trust and believe it. It's down because we don't want the station down at all. Because
No,
I'm telling you, oh my goodness, we be going through it. I call sir, I'm thinking that my audio. I'm saying, sir, what do you think I should do? Murph, you try this and try. I'm all in the thing. So I said, you know what? My son said, Dad, why don't you just restart the computer?
You're like,
hey, I did that. I'm like, boy, I tell you. So
yeah, but thank you, my brother, man.
Anytime, bro.
It, man. We got to do these. Got to most definitely do them again, and try to work on like a lot of the artists with doing interviews.
Most
like
definitely.
That. Yeah.
Next time we get on, we can bring because we can get up to I think about 50 to 100 people in here at a time since we got we now we got the monthly one, so it's no longer just free. We can stay on as long as we want to now and bring on whoever we want to. So. We'll make
we got to get a little script though, because you hear everybody talking.
Well, see, let me tell you the great thing is,
I
get to control all the microphones.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I like that.
Because
they have a little button to hit red.
Yeah.
You want to talk? Hit the little red button.
Right.
Okay. You.
There you go. And then when they come in, you can have it set where everybody that comes in, their mic is muted. And since you're a host, you can mute, unmute, whatever too. So.
Oh,
that's
sweet.
The thing, yeah.
I like that.
Watch what you say. How you say it, you will be muted. Whatever that word is.
We got to do that one evening, man. I think that'll be pretty cool. Hey, the other thing we got to do is what we talked about. We'll talk about it offline about how we're gonna do the switch.
Oh yeah. Oh, that would. You know what? We might be able to do that. Oh, that'd be crazy to do it while we on here at some point. Like, we might be able to do that. One day we got to practice that.
Yeah,
you can practice that. That would be great.
That's gonna totally freak him out. Like, wait, I thought I was listening to
it's Murph in Studio A with you. So where's Mudbone?
Hey, don't mention that fool. He's trying to get a show, man. But I don't know if his voice would be able to handle the whole show.
Boy, I tell you, when you was doing that one time, I said, and I tried it one time. I said, Mudbone, I'm like, Mudbone not in the house no more.
Man, I do that to Rita. She hates it. Oh, do not do that.
She was telling me. She said, I don't like that Mudbone. I'm like,
Mudbone be trying to get at it. That's what it is. Mudbone like them little red bones.
Hey, Vanessa,
I don't know how the hell I came up with Vanessa.
That's what I'm looking. I was just trying to figure that out too, but hey, it is what it is.
All right, my brother, let me go ahead and get back into the Saturday night mixdown, man.
I forgot it's Saturday night. That's right. All right.
Yeah, continue to get y'all dance on, man. And once again, thank you, my brother. Love you, man. And
love you too, brother.
Man, I appreciate this tonight. And thank everybody else who's out there listening and looking in on what stuff that we were doing tonight.
Yeah, thank you all so much. We got some things down the pipe. We'll tell you all about it. But right now, sir's got to get back into the hits.
That's right.
Y'all take care of yourselves and y'all stay safe. Love you. Tell Rita I said love her and tell her family we said hello and send our love. All right.
Will do, my brother. Will do.
All right, bro.
Peace.
Signing out.